Man and Hypocrisy short story by Maqsood Hasni translated by Najam free Abuzar barqi kutab'khana February 2019. I am quite agreed that there is a hell of difference between hearing and seeing, and in fact, the importance of this proverb is proved when we accept everything with cogent arguments. Similarly, the process of research should not be one-sided. It is the duty of the man who conducts research to keep in view both aspects, positive as well as negative, without demarcation between the two. Although I had a cursory meeting with Mr. Wali, I came to know that, despite being a member of the upper class, he was simple-minded and gracious person. He talked very generously and never tried to prove that he belonged to an aristocratic family. Some people came to see him during our meeting. He politely and cheerfully received them. Owing to his excellent behavior, he was not a capitalist, but, in fact, he was the stew of the capitalist. Wealth and humanity could not go together. My doubt was not based on rationality because he was really great. He had his own mills, lands, and transport. Although wealth and humanity are self-contradictory, yet the man who possesses these two characteristics ought to be dubbed as an angel. I found him well-wisher and named him the affectionate God. I venerated him very much. I chanced to encounter him many times after this meeting and found in him the same polite behavior and affection. If anyone called him bad, I could not believe it because I had had very lengthy meeting with him. Many workers had also described many incidents of his generosity. As I myself chanced to experience his affection, there was no ground to deny them. Some of his laborers leveled some allegations against him, and I regarded them as vindictive and malicious figures. Some people always feel jealous of the progress and prosperity of others. I thought man should not pay attention to them because there exists a difference between observation and hearsay. One day, my former verdict about him proved unfounded. It so happened that he used to come to see his sister-in-law, and many underdogs also went to him in order to have alms, and he never disappointed them. He considered his sister-in-law his mother and gave her latest clothes and fruits. He regarded her husband as a celestial being. One day, I got wind of his illegal relations with the daughter of this celestial being. It was quite unbelievable because I did not expect such rumors about him. The other thing was that she was 30 years younger than he, and a civilized person could not fall from his lofty stature. One day, this rumor became hot potato and everybody got aware of this relations. He got married to her and tortured his wife Hazra by appointing this co-wife. Hazra cooperated with him when he was leading a life of complete penury. He used to praise her attitude of tolerance and patience and called her goddess of faith. He admired her qualities in front of his kids and friends. Now he had sublime stature in society. Hazra lost her glamour and became a slut or a hug for him on the surface of earth. The second marriage was not an objectionable task, but, in fact, Islam authorized for marriages only in case of behaving with justice. There was not any glimpse of equality, and he had intense feelings of hatred for her. He told about her great authority in the house, but, in fact, she bore no liberty to do with her own will. He managed the weddings of his poor worker's daughter, and in this content, I was aware of two incidents and I did not know its real factors. After his uncivilized second marriage, he arranged the marriages of only those girls who had sexual relations with him. He had to choose his minions for their marriage so that he could continue copulations with them. He was the owner of a vast business, but he was the share of 25% in a mill. Other members regarded him very honest, and due to this, he enjoyed great authority. One day, it dawned this honest man had embezzled a large amount of money. His sharers cancelled his shares because he had proved a dishonest person. It was really surprising to note that a pauper had developed himself so rapidly. In this contest, shrewd people were of the view that he was unreliable by birth and got wealthy dishonestly. According to them, he was a cautious smuggler of heroin, and this was also revealed one day. The real purpose of describing all this that five senses can deceive men and every negative aspect could be wrong. Some values outwardly seem to be right, but they have advantages in their nature. So there must be clear-cut difference between these complicated values.